In this video, we're going to talk about how to formulate quadratic equations that represent real-world situations. So when you use quadratics to represent a real-world situation, remember to always read the problem carefully and identify important information in the problem. Then you can write a quadratic using technology or algebraic methods. So in this problem, it says that producers for a Broadway musical know that as ticket prices increase, they can generate more revenue. However, if they increase prices too much, the revenue decreases because fewer people will buy the more expensive tickets. They collected data, which is represented in the following table. Formulate a quadratic function to represent the effect of ticket prices on revenue. So the input here is ticket prices, so I'm going to call that X. The output is the revenue, so I'm going to call that Y. And so there's a lot of different ways we talked about formulating quadratic equations, but I'm going to do this using regressions in Desmos. So if I click the plus sign right here, remember I can generate a table and I'm going to type in the values that I have. So 50, 100, and 135. And then in the second column, I'm going to type in my Y values. So 38,250, and then 49,500 and 39,150. So remember, what I need to do in Desmos is tell it to approximate a quadratic function. So I'm going to do Y1 is approximately AX1 squared plus BX1 plus C. And now in parameters, it gives me the values that I need to write my equation. So I'm just going to round these off to the nearest 100th place. So this is going to become y equals negative 6.13 x squared plus 1143.91x and then minus 3630.25. Okay, so that's going to be the quadratic function that represents the relationship between ticket prices and revenue. So now you can go ahead and pause the video and try doing this example on your own. So I chose to do this problem on my TI calculator. So I went to Stat and then hit Enter on Edit. And then in L1 and L2, I entered the values from this table. So once you've entered the values, remember you go to Stat and then arrow to Calculate and choose Quad Reg, which is option 5. And then when you keep hitting Enter until Calculate is highlighted, you hit Enter again. And then that gives you the value of A, which is negative 5, B is 6, and C is 3. So we can write the quadratic equation negative 5x squared plus 6x plus 3. So remember that quadratic functions can be used to model real-world situations. You can write quadratic functions to represent real-world situations using technology or algebraic methods.